Some people like strawberry parfaits, but I like strawberry parfours. Mandatory pun to start each one of these off. So, last we left off, they were shore resting. Shore rest was indeed acquired, which led to a bit more exploration. First, the chimney, the secret chimney that is, in a hallway not too far from where they rested. Oh, I forgot to mention they've left the liberated people with Geth in the safety of Geth's hands outside the complex. So they go up the chimney and find a little room with a light in it. They hear some sounds of woodworking. They're like, let's go investigate that. They check inside and see a little kobold wearing pants up to their elbows, up to their armpits, and a human. Strange. So they decide to, well, how do I put this? Not ambush them, but get their attention and question them forcefully. Luckily, Toyser hits it off with this kobold and gets their names. These are Pants, the kobold, and Syl, the human. They are crafters, and here, how do I put it, as forceful interns. So they are very easy to give up information once a deal is made, that they will free them. They tell them all about the rest of the dungeon, where the shrine is, another side entrance to that one, also by a tunneled chimney, and the secret treasure room, which has the key in the kennel on the wolf Kali who looks after the ambushed drakes. So obviously, without further ado, they decide to go look at that. Toys are immediately running to the treasure room, while Jar and Zane head to the kennel. Zane makes a copy of one of the keys, giving it to Toyser, and takes the actual key, and they run off. Zen chasing after Toyser to make sure he doesn't go too far, while Lena and Jar parlay with this dog and work it out that they're chill and free the ambush drakes as well out of their service, letting them go outside, be free. They all come back, reconnect. Toyser is captured and stopped from opening the door before anyone else, and they work together using magics and whatnot to open the secret treasure door. Within that secret treasure room, well, not so secret because they were told about it, they find a series of gold pieces, other coinage, a couple art objects, a strange icicle staff, and a feather token, as well as a couple potions of healing. With those items in tow, they briefly identify the lot of them and decide, well, there's nothing else to do but head on down to the last part of the dungeon, which they know from what Syl and Pants told them starts with a wide mining operation known as the Cathedral, as that's the goal of the cult here, to make a little cathedral. Well, that's what they found out from Syl, at least. It wasn't revealed earlier. As well as some of the sleeping quarters, and finally the shrine where the big bads are holed up in, where they are keeping the Celestial they hope to kill in order to gain Tiamat's favor. So anyways, short story long, they head on in, see a guy being mean to some kobolds, and they're like, that's interesting. Absolutely murder him without a second thought. And the kobolds are like, our savior stinks. And then kobold friends acquired. The kobolds escape. A bunch of other cultists show up and are like, interesting. We don't like that at all. And our group responds by saying, interesting, you are now beaten. One of them tries to kamikaze bomb to little effect, and just exploding a bit of lightning. Foreshadowing for later. Without further ado, they move on to the final door. Having a brief discussion on how to enter, they are interrupted. Actually, no, that's not true. As they go to the final door, they listen and hear a conversation. A very overconfident man tries to argue with his subordinates, going on about how he's not worried at all that there's some intruders and that he saw it all coming. It was revealed to him in a vision, and that this is Tiamat testing them, and they should let them come in, and he hopes they're right outside right now. As our friends overhear this, they have no chance to react as he immediately opens the door and invites them in. They parlay for a bit, but quickly realize that this person is unreasonable and a little bit bananas, giving them no, usable information, as they just spout out contradictory statements and, zealotries. And then trying to appeal to their humanity, starts introducing himself, trying to be friendly, and goes, hello, my name is Corn, to which Toys responds, that's insane, you're not a sentient piece of corn, you're gonna die. Combat ensues. It goes on for a bit, as six other Dragon Claws and a couple ambush drakes also close in on the party, at Corn and Dolan's behest, Doran starts firing off eye rays from a secret little aberrant eye behind her eye patch, and the party not looking good. However, through tenacity and teamwork, they manage to comp out a victory, free the Celestial who is trapped in the shrine, destroying Korn, who explodes in a, how do I put this, torrent of lightning, and then finally subduing Dolrin, the other cultists. As the dust clears, they all calmly look to each other, being introduced to this Celestial they just saved, who reveals herself to be Impartaneous Rex. When asked what she's doing on the Prime Material Plane, she says she's looking for a friend who's been missing for a while. Her and Jar make knowing glances at each other before looking away again, and they decide, you know what, let's stick together. What's another potentially Celestial friend to come around? And they make plans to head back to town with the found, not dead mayor and criminals in tow. Yavo. And that's where the session ends. Oh yeah, and Artanius gives everyone little heals if they need it, but that's not important.